It's the National Football League on EA Sports. And if it's in the game, it's in the game. It's the Green Bay Packers and the Indianapolis Colts. And it's all up next.
It's the National Football League presented by EA Sports. Brandon Gaudin alongside Charles Davis. Before kickoff, Charles, quickly your keys to the game.
Well, partner, I could give you the standard ones, turnovers, special teams play. But here's one that doesn't get talked about much anymore, and that's time of possession. Whoever controls the football, gives their defense a break, and takes care of business, that's the team that's going to win this ball game.
"22 men ready to do battle. It's time to dance." And off we go on EA Sports. And up to about the 26-yard line, just across the 25. A 6'4" Jordan Love taking the field for the first time. The 2020 first-round pick from Utah State set to lead Green Bay.
And at the start of Jordan Love's NFL career, he had one of the best seats in the stadium watching Aaron Rodgers work. But now he's looking for more than that. Rocket arm, big play potential, and he wants to show this organization that he's capable of being a dependable starter for the foreseeable future.
Here's Love looking to pass on the first play. That's complete. He finds Jaden Reed. And they nearly get this all the way to midfield. Mark him down at the 49. 23 yards on the play.
Certainly no settling into the drive there. They came right out on the first play and attacked the middle of the field for a big gainer and a first down.
So one play, and they're already just shy of midfield. Our first carry for the all-pro running back, it's Josh Jacobs. And this will be stopped at the 44. That one good for 7 yards.
Next, the receivers helped spread the defense out, and they were able to come through with a slashing run.
But to that point, it's going to be interesting to see the personnel chess match as this one progresses.
Yeah, you're exactly right. Can they continue to create running lanes out of passing sets? And if so, it's going to be a long day for the defense.
Throwing. Love. This complete to the tight end, Tucker Kraft. And they'll get him to the ground. He has another first down at the Colts 21. Now it looks like we'll get a timeout, and we will. We've got an injured Packer on the field. So as the medical staff takes a look, we'll step aside. To throw now. Here's Love. And he's going to go down. They sack him back right around the 30. Credit the sack to the Oregon Duck, DeForest Buckner.
And every game we talk about what are going to be the keys as we go into it. Maybe that's a key for their defense today. Pressure the quarterback and make sure you play a good zone defense behind them, and they get their first sack of the contest.
After the sack, it's 2nd and 19, and the road gets a bit tougher from here. Here's Jacobs from the gun. And he'll take this down just shy of the 25-yard line.
Some of the most unselfish players on any football team, defensive tackles, because we ask them to just eat up blocks and allow other people to make tackles. But when he can make a play himself, as we just saw there, that's a big day.
Now on 3rd and long, they'll look to throw. Now they set up the screen. That's complete. Good contain. No gain on the screen, and it'll bring up 4th down.
And I know that one didn't work out the way they thought, but I don't think it was a bad time to call this play. You're thinking on 3rd down, you might possibly see some pressure. You might see a blitz. So they tried to set up the screen, but that one was well read, and they stopped them for no gain.
The kick by McManus is good, and the Packers are off to a 3-0 lead. In the end, the opening drive, Charles, does yield points. Maybe not the touchdown that they wanted, though.
Yeah, but bottom line, they wanted to get something out of that drive, and they did that. 3 points, they won't turn that down at all.
After splitting the uprights, McManus to kick it away. And he'll take it up past the 25 to the 26-yard line. So the Colts now coming out for their opening drive. And they will be led out by a man in his sophomore campaign as the quarterback.
And you'd think as a young QB there'd be some nerves leading an offense out to start a game, but haven't seen any sign of them right now. And speaking with him earlier this week, sensed that the pressure wouldn't get to him. He feels comfortable being the face of this offense and shouldering the expectations on game day, even if he doesn't quite have the years of experience other quarterbacks do.
Here's Richardson to throw. That's caught. It's Josh Downs. And they're able to get this one across the 35. The drive starting with a 1st down, 11 yards on that pickup.
You can see the time and effort and thought that they've put into their passing game because it was evident right there. It looks like a simple pitch and catch, but you and I both know that they have planned for this and worked hard to make it happen.
They'll run. This is Jonathan Taylor. And he's going to take this ahead for right around 3 yards, but no more than that. 2nd down.
Not a huge carry there on 1st down, but not all of them will be. But still, all in all, a positive play for the offense. It's all about picking up at least a few to set up what you're going to do here on 2nd down.
And they'll come up 2nd and 7. Richardson looking to throw. Got his man. It's Warren. And they get to him after a gain of 6 to the 46.
He's a rookie, and you don't want to get hung up on the word potential. But when you see him make catches like that, you keep thinking to yourself, he's good now. He's got a chance to be great with plenty of work.
A yard all they need, but it's 3rd down. They'll try and run for the first with Taylor. And he'll get it into enemy territory just across midfield at the 49. A pickup of 5 that time and a 1st down.
A quick burst there, and he nicely bit off a pretty decent gain.
So into Packer territory now. Here's 1st and 10 at the 49-yard line. Now it's Richardson. And this throw a bit late as he couldn't reach back for it.
Offense was moving it a little bit, had them back on their heels, but they earned a brief pause by forcing the incompletion. That gives them a quick chance to regroup and try and mount a stand before they're backed up even further.
Now a 2nd and 10. Richardson working from the gun. He'll get this one to Pittman. 9 yards, not quite enough, and they'll be left now with 3rd and 1. So they just need 1 yard here to pick up the 1st down. On 3rd down, here's Taylor. And Taylor, I don't think he got there. No, he did not. Unable to break free, and he's marked short. Call it no gain that time, and they're going to be left looking up at a 4th and 1. Remember, that was less than a yard. That was not a full yard. That defense, they were having none of it.
Yeah, the surge the offensive line was seeking actually occurred on the other side of the ball. They reestablished the line of scrimmage and stuffed them.
Going for it on fourth, Richardson. He'll let one go deep for Downs. And that is caught. Touchdown, Indianapolis. Josh Downs, 40 yards. And the Colts' decision to go for it pays off with 6 points. Wow, talk about a big fourth down conversion for the score. Defensively, how do you let that happen?
I think you start with the offense, and you give them credit for going for it and having that type of, well, let's face it, audacity. But defensively, I think you're right on target, partner. There's no way something like that's supposed to happen in that situation. You're supposed to be able to shut that down and get the ball back for your own team. Instead, they give up not just a big play, but a touchdown.
Point after, right down the middle. And that makes it a 7-3 lead. So that drive goes 8 plays. And it culminates in an Indianapolis touchdown. Out is the kickoff unit as they run up and send this one away. And they will wrangle it down a couple yards shy of the 30. And Packers offense here coming back out for their second drive. And after the field goal last time, we'll see what they can get here. At least they got points out of the last drive, Charles.
I never met an offensive coach that didn't want to drive to end with a kick. Most of them wanted to end with a PAT, right? In this case, a field goal, they'll take it. Way better than the alternative, which is a punt.
Yeah, but you met fan bases that wanted that, that weren't happy with that field goal.
I haven't met a fan base yet that wants to drive to end with a kick, other than the extra point. That's it.
On the ground, it's Jacobs to start the drive. And some room to work. And he'll go out near midfield at the 49. That's good for 21 yards and a first down.
Okay, let's do our version of name dropping here. Let's show off a little knowledge, right? The A gap, the gap between the center and the guard on either side, right? Both sides. Control that, you're going to control an inside running game.
And he had to feel satisfied because he hit that gap, broke the contact. He loves that.
That's the best part, right? That's what he's going to ask the coach to run back on film.
Let me see that one more time.
Show that again, coach. Look how my legs kept churning. I just kept moving, and he did to the tune of a big game. They went right back to him, but he pretty much had nowhere to go on that play.
Yeah, the previous carry looked pretty good. That one, maybe he was a little tired. I don't know.
Yeah, maybe he should have tapped out and had a second back come in and maybe make that run. Who knows?
From the midfield stripe, they'll look to throw. Able to find his man, Kraft. And he is going to lose yardage here. They wind up losing a couple there, so they go behind the original line of scrimmage, and now 3rd and 11 coming up.
Heck of a play there to get to him quickly and get him down for a loss. I think they did a really nice job getting ready for this game, scouting, watching film, and understanding defensively what the play design was.
Able to find the open man. That's complete. And he just falls short down at the 1-yard line. They're able to convert on 3rd down, and that sets up a 1st and goal.
And what a letdown after a huge play. He's going to pull this in and then set sail for the end zone. And he nearly made it, too. But he's going to be tracked down just short of the goal line. So a big play there that's going to set him up with 1st and goal at the 1-yard line.
After the big play, a chance to finish now on 1st and goal. Jacobs looking for a signal, but none forthcoming. They stopped him shy of the goal line. Only a yard that time, 2nd and goal.
Good work there, holding him out on 1st down. And this is going to be a battle down here on the goal line. Can they hold their ground for 2, maybe even 3 more plays?
2nd and goal from the 1. Glove. And he will get this into the end zone. Touchdown, Green Bay. Jaden Reed from a yard out. And the Packers have retaken the lead. Well executed there offensively. Defense looked a little confused, but he found his receiver, and that one good for 6 points.
And the payoff we just saw there tells us how many times they ran this play in practice over the past few weeks, because they executed that flawlessly right here on game day when the situation arose.
On here, Brandon McManus for the point after. And it's through, and that makes the lead 10-7. That time a 6-play drive, and it ends with a Packers touchdown. After the touchdown, here's McManus now to kick it away. And he'll be stopped up at the 25. Second drive coming up here for the Indianapolis Colts. Good drive last time. Really effective passing the football. Do you maybe mix it up, now go to the ground game and surprise the defense a little bit?
I would anticipate the defense making some changes, but I wouldn't necessarily just absolutely go in the opposite direction. They're doing so well throwing the ball.
Yeah, why
I wouldn't
miss it?
change it up until they showed me a reason to do so.
Richardson connecting over the middle with Downs. And he's upended at the 33 following a good pickup of 8.
And his play caller does a nice job of giving him an easy throw to start this drive, and he takes advantage of it. The completion sets up a manageable second down.
Here's a 2nd and 2 now from the 33. They'll try the left side with Taylor. And he is met in his tracks behind the line of scrimmage. That second down play nets a -4. (10-7) our score after 1 right here on EA Sports. Second quarter now from Indianapolis with the homestanding Colts in possession. Here's 3rd and 6 as they've got it as we resume action. Now Richardson. Oh, he had him. He was open, but he couldn't get it to him. It's incomplete.
And that is how you respond after taking one on the chin to begin this game. Give up a first drive touchdown, go back out on defense, and completely shut them down to force a 3 and out.
On 4th down, the Colts will call on Rigoberto Sanchez for the punt. A 41-yard punt there with no return. And it'll be Packer football here. First down and 10. Green Bay's offense ready to go again. This drive here beginning probably with a pair of motivated groups. Remember, the offense scored a touchdown on their last time out, looking to repeat that in Charles' defense. They were very frustrated after giving up 6 the last time on the field.
And frankly, it's just a battle of wills in a lot of ways because you know they're both motivated, they both game plan for this drive, and they both have specific outcomes in mind. To me, it just comes down to who can execute better and which side can step up and assert its will over the other.
And this will be a Packers first down as he'll take this up to the 38-yard line. I don't know what this says about me, but I love successful runs up the middle when the blocking is so well executed like that.
And it doesn't matter whether it's zone blocking, whether it's a power scheme. When you have a blocker on a defender and then the running back can read it, find the proper hole, and just go, sometimes a thing of beauty.
And they'll get him down after a pickup of 8, 2nd and 2.
Good yardage there on first down, exactly what you want. Get yourself set up to keep making first downs, keep the clock running. And if they're smart, you're starting to milk the clock. No hurry before you run your second down play.
2 yards to go, second down. Love, they go play action now. That's complete to Dobbs. And they'll get him to the ground. He has another first down at the Colts' 27-yard line. That'll be marked as a 27-yard pickup.
2nd and short, that's a rundown, so it's definitely a good time to go play action if you're feeling it. And they do so and pick up a first down.
Now from Colts territory, here's a 1st and 10 at the 27. Love now. He finds his man, complete. That's Jacobs. And he'll go out of bounds in the red zone just inside the 20. And that's good for a pickup of 10 yards. And they'll be left with a 2nd and about a foot.
When you run a screen pass really well, you got to like the look of it because so many parts come together to make it work well. The offensive linemen where they're faking people out, the back slipping out there, catching the football, then all of them going together as one unit downfield. A really nice pickup.
Got his man complete over the middle. It's Reed. 9 yards on the play there, and it sets him up 1st and goal. Two minutes gone by, 2nd quarter. Here's Jacobs. He pushes forward for maybe 3 down to the 6-yard line.
That's good power football on 1st and goal. A lot of teams will throw from there, but that's a nice job to chew up a few more yards and get yourself closer to the goal line.
The 6-yard line, the line of scrimmage on 2nd and goal. Here's Love. Flush to his right. And he can't find anywhere to go with it, and he goes down. Quiddy Pay getting in there and burying him behind the line.
2nd goal, last thing you need to do is get pushed backwards to take a sack. But he couldn't find anywhere to go with the football, had to eat it, and ended up on the ground.
Interested to see what they dial up here. 3rd and goal with a lot of green between them and the end zone. To pass, here's Jordan Love. Oh, it's a screen pass. That's complete. And he'll get it here to the 10-yard line. 5 yards, not enough. And it'll be 4th down.
And that's a play that's not uncommon on 3rd and long because the offense is just hoping that somehow they can get a guy in space and follow some blockers downfield. Does a pretty nice job there getting a few yards, but he ends up getting stopped before he can get the 1st down.
The kick by McManus is good. And the lead stretches to 6 here. It's 13-7. Well, in a close game like this, obviously you want the touchdown, but certainly they will take the 3.
And they'll be okay with that, but let's throw a little credit to the defense as well. And I'm just glad this doesn't come down to a debate, right? Which side won, partner? Because the defense, hey, we didn't give up a touchdown. The offense, hey, we put 3 on the board. Either way you look at it, I think both sides gained something out of that drive.
After splitting the uprights, McManus to kick it away. And able to get this across the 20, but not much further as he's dropped it to 23-yard line. Well, the Colts now, they're ready to get the football back. And Charles, a very uninspired effort the last time we saw them out there was a quick 3-and-out, then they punted the football.
Yeah, and you never want to get stopped so soundly during a series, but what would be even worse now is letting it happen again right here. They've got to get going.
They'll run with Taylor to begin the drive. And a short pickup to about the 25.
Sometimes you're aligned perfectly and the play comes to you, and sometimes you got to cover some ground to go make the play, as we just saw there.
We saw a great example of perseverance right there on that play.
Got to be careful. They might want to throw one over his head as this game progresses.
From the 25, here's a 2nd and 8. Yeah, Richardson back to throw it. And that one off the mark behind him, incomplete.
To this point, I've been impressed with the work defensively. They have not allowed a lot of receivers to run free. And there's another example, another incompletion.
And this offense on 3rd down today, just 1 for 3 thus far. This is 3rd and 8. Richardson looking to throw this. And that is incomplete.
This defense has certainly played well so far in this game, and the coverage has been tight on just about every throw. Forced a few here so far in this game, and now it brings up 4th down.
Out is Rigoberto Sanchez on 4th down to punt this thing. Fair catch called for and taken right near the 30-yard line. A 40-yard punt, no return. And it will be 1st and 10 as they take over. Here comes the offense again, and let's focus on Josh Jacobs for a moment. And he's well on his way to a 100-yard game. He's already more than halfway there. We're only in the 2nd quarter.
And what I've always loved about running backs is they'll tell you, I had no idea how many yards I had.
Right.
Those guys have an innate sense of where they are in a ball game and how many yards they've accumulated, because you know they're always working towards 100.
He's been working well towards 100 here. And able to get this one across the 45 before he's brought down. 68 yards rushing for him as he has been tough to stop here in this first half.
Now this is an example of breaking down a defense, because on a lot of these runs, he's getting past the point of attack, and guess what he's doing? Forcing the secondary guys to have to make a lot of tackles.
On 1st down, they go with Jacobs again. Powerful running. And he's going to take this one across midfield and into Colts territory. A solid run on 1st down. Gain of 7 leaves him with a 2nd and 3.
You know what really fires up offensive linemen? When the guy that is carrying the ball behind them can create his own space and break a tackle along the way.
Now 2nd and 3. Off the play fake, Love. The Colts are going to get him. Down he goes. Quiddy Pay. That is now 2 sacks for him here in this first half.
Well, partner, I would say just avoid play action, but that's not just been the problem. This defense, they've been getting pressure on all types of pass plays and really piling up the sacks in this contest.
Third and 12. Love looking to throw it. Throwing left sideline there, but it's incomplete.
1 first down here, and that's all, folks. Good work by this defense to hold things in check and force a punting situation.
On 4th down, the Packers call on Daniel Whelan to punt. This is taken around the 12. It's a return of 5 following a punt of 42 yards. And the Colts will go on offense here, 1st and 10. Indianapolis offense ready to go again. As we eke closer and closer to intermission, Charles, remember last time out they punted. They would love to get points here, especially if this is going to be their final possession of the first half.
Yeah, and this is what close games feel like, because the pressure is on both sides, but sometimes the pressure is a little bit higher on the team with the slight edge because they're trying to hold on to that, trying to increase it. Let's see how this one continues.
And a decent gain there as that takes us to the 2-minute warning. Back to throw. Here's Richardson. That complete to Downs. And they'll get it all the way up about 5 yards shy of midfield. A gain there of 21 yards.
Well, that certainly has to feel good. And it's not all the time that the play caller should get all the credit. Sometimes I think in the huddle, the quarterback just says, hey, who's going to make a play for me? I just need something right here. And the end result there, nice first down. Drive keeps moving.
And he knocks the ball away, and it falls incomplete.
Well, they had that one snipped out defensively. That's a tough one to connect on when you got multiple defenders in the area, and it winds up incomplete.
So now 2nd and 10 after the incompletion on first down. Back to throw. Richardson. And they're well past midfield, just a yard or two shy of the 40. The Colts going to use the first of their timeouts as they'll head to the sideline and talk over what to do next. From the shotgun, Richardson. He finds his man, complete. That's Warren. Not a big window to throw. Coverage wasn't too bad there.
Yeah, they had him under wraps pretty well, but somehow able to muscle his way open and catch the ball.
Creeping up on a minute to play in this first half. To throw again on 2nd down. Richardson looking left side, and he's got a man. That's Warren. And he takes this just a few yards shy of the red zone before going out. Back-to-back receptions for him, and it's another first down.
When an offense reads blitz, doesn't matter where it's coming from, tight ends know that they become a big part of the passing game because they should be an easy outlet when all those extra bodies are trying to get to the quarterback. A hot route, so to speak.
Now on first down, he'll drop to throw it. And this taken in by Downs. Now the Colts going to burn the second of their timeouts as the clock stops here with 46 seconds remaining in the first half. Second down and a little more than a yard here. Again, it's Richardson. To the right side, complete to Taylor. And stopped a few yards shy of the goal line at the 3. It's a nice pickup of 12 yards, and it gives him a 1st and goal.
Well, they've certainly done a nice job spreading the ball around on this drive. This time he gets it out to his back, and it's another nice play and another first down. They've got the defense on their heels a little bit. They're reacting instead of being aggressive and making plays.
And he takes this one in for a Colts touchdown. Anthony Richardson as the first half is winding down. And the Colts have tied the ball game with a chance to take the lead into the locker room.
We've been together a few years, and you know that I really ride the wave of old momentum, don't I?
Yes, you do.
There is a heck of a difference between being down 6 and possibly being up 1. And right now, they've got that opportunity.
No doubt. That is a big-time score and a big-time swing in momentum. Extra point attempt to come here. And this puts him on top by a penny. It's 14-13. A good drive that time as they go 9 plays in all. And it was Anthony Richardson who took it into the end zone to finish things off. So not much time to speak of remaining in this first half as the kick's away. Here's Mecole Hardman. And he's up past the 20 to the 22-yard line. The Packer offense ready to get their next drive underway. And with time quickly fading here in the second quarter, not sure how aggressively, offensively they want to play this.
I think we'll find out just how much they trust their guys in this situation if they decide to take a shot.
Four receivers in the formation here. 3 to the left, 1 to the right. 2nd and 3. Out of the shotgun, it's Love. And he will slide to a stop. He does have the first down. And we're going to get a timeout with 2 seconds remaining in the second quarter. Final play of the half, Love. That's to Kraft, the tight end. And he goes out right around the 39. So a very tight first half. We had to break in a 1-point game. As we'll head down to Orlando, that's where we find our man Jonathan Coachman at our EA Sports Halftime Report. Coach.
The Colts got a strong first half from their quarterback, Anthony Richardson. He had a touchdown both in the air and on the ground to help push his guys into the lead at the break.
Okay, Coach, thanks as always. This one's still anyone's game as we welcome you back for quarter number 3. Second half ready to get underway. The Colts with a lead, and they will receive the football. And able to take it past the 25 and up to the 28-yard line. Out come the Colts. They'll have it first here to start quarter number 3. And Charles, they've got the lead. Put your coaching hat on here now. What's the game plan for the second half?
I think getting the running game going a little bit more, because I thought in the first half they didn't get it moving the way that they would like. They had success throwing it, but I think these first couple of drives, they'll want to get those running backs going and give them more opportunities, and I will guarantee you that those guys were lobbying for them in the locker room at halftime.
And that one drops down, incomplete. Good coverage there, forced the ball free, and it's second down.
One thing you hope to see out of a rookie tight end is a real concentration when the ball's in the air, and I'm not sure that he didn't, but he has to be prepared for people making a play on it when that ball's up for grabs.
Here's Richardson to throw. He'll drop this down to Taylor and give him 6 yards here as he stopped near the 35 at the 34. Third and 4. Richardson looking to throw. He's got his target. That's complete. And he is going to have a Colts first down by about a yard. It's a gain of 5 on 3rd and 4.
Would it be safe to say that as precise as routes are supposed to be run in the NFL, maybe they're not quite as precise in college ball?
That's accurate, yeah.
And I think we saw a college route in the NFL there. Just find the soft spot, find the dead zone, and find the first down. And that's what he just did.
And he'll be taken down, but not before he gets into enemy territory. Just his second catch of the game so far. This one moves the chains.
And that play came together really well for them as he found open space, makes the catch, and gets down to the 1-yard line. You know he's kicking himself right now. He thought he had a chance to get a touchdown and put that in his ledger. Instead, his team gets a chance to cash in over these next few plays.
And he's got this down a yard or two shy of the 40 before he's out of bounds. That'll go for a gain of 7. And that'll bring up second down. He's been a busy man here in this one, and they're showing off some nice footwork to stay in bounds.
And with those types of catches and the volume that we've seen in this game, wouldn't you keep him busy as well?
I would.
Of course. You got to keep throwing it to him. He keeps making plays.
Now he's flushed out left. And he'll go down here at the 35-yard line. Maybe not exactly what they had in mind, but that scramble good for 6 and a first down.
As he came to the line of scrimmage, he knew he didn't need much to reset the chain, so when he saw the space he needed, no hesitation. He went to the marker and got his guys a first down.
First and 10, Taylor now. Down to about the 32.
Sometimes with the running game, you've just got to stick with it. Look, it's the third quarter, no time to panic. But that also doesn't mean you just do it the same way you've been doing it the entire ball game. Maybe change up some blocking assignments or run a few different plays, but stay with the overall essence of the running game.
Now 2nd and 8 at the 32-yard line. Again, it's Taylor. Down to the 30 after a gain of 3. Now, they struggled to get him rolling on the ground in the first half, and that's sort of continuing here in the third quarter.
Yeah, but I don't think it's time to abandon the running game. I would say keep feeding the horse, and I believe he'll eventually reward them, especially as we get deeper in the game.
They'll break the huddle and come up on the 9th play of this drive, needing 5 yards on 3rd down. Now it's Richardson. Over the middle, that's caught by Taylor. And oh, he's just going to be short here, barely, maybe by a half a foot. It'll be 4th and inches.
Well, it wasn't a big strike, but that completion put them in really great range. What do we have now, 4th and inches?
Yeah, it's not more than a half a foot.
You know what I would do here?
You would always go for it.
I'm one of those guys.
Going for it on 4th, here's Richardson. That is caught, and he'll be taken down, but he does have first down yardage. They're able to keep the drive alive, 7 yards that time, and the decision to go for it proves to be a good one. So this drive going to continue following the conversion on 4th. Here's 1st and 10. Richardson to throw off play action. And this one is going to be off the mark, too far out in front. Just a little beyond the reach there of his receiver. That's probably one he wishes he had back.
He wishes it had been 7-on-7 in practice, or maybe even routes versus air, because that's a completion he makes, what, 9.9 times out of 10? Just missed that one.
They go play action with Richardson. He'll be hit and taken down at the 21. They could not contain Kenny Clark as he gets home for the sack. They've been moving the ball well offensively, really getting into a groove. Last play, pass completion. Now, finally, the defense gets there.
And you have to find a way to disrupt their rhythm. Do you do it with coverage, or do you do it with pressure? They elected to go with pressure, and it was the right call.
Third down and 13. Richardson. Able to find the open man. That's complete. And he takes this one in for a Colts touchdown. Michael Pittman from 21 yards away. And the Colts take the opening kickoff of the third quarter and drive right down the field to extend their lead. So the quarterback drops to throw, looks over, and boom, a guy that wide open. He has to be thinking, wait a minute, this is some kind of a dream. This is too easy.
Yeah, a great dream. One you don't want to wake up from. But for the defense, almost feels like there was a bust in coverage.
Now for the point after. And with that, the lead is up to 8. So that drive spans 13 plays. And it was capped off on the touchdown catch by Michael Pittman. The Colts kicking team is out there now, and they will send this one away. Now a crease here as he's past the 30. And a nifty return there all the way across the 40. The Packers offense now, they get ready to head back onto the field.
It's the third quarter, and they're down on the scoreboard, and while no one wants to hit the panic button just yet, points are a necessity on this drive. What a great way to get set up.
About set to get this drive started, the Green Bay offense at the line. They'll begin on the ground with Jacobs. And that play going absolutely nowhere as he's belted before he could get out of the backfield. DeForest Buckner using that size to force his way in there and make the stop behind the line.
Oftentimes when you see a running back get bunched up in the backfield, it's usually because the defensive tackle is eating up blockers for others to make the play. Not in this case.
In motion, the tight end. To throw now, here's Love. He finds his man, complete. That's Jacobs. And that play is blown up, losing yardage back at the 35. They'll wind up losing 3 here on the play, and they're going to be staring at a 3rd and long here.
Well, plays like that, Charles, no doubt, they're just going to continue to fuel this crowd.
And this defense is already playing well, but it also feeds on the energy of that crowd that you're talking about, and that takes them up to another level. Right now, they're playing really loose. They've got the lead, and what a nice stop they just made there behind the line of scrimmage.
They pick up 10, but it'll still lead to a 4th down.
And after that completion, you can understand why so many teams in the league are emphasizing speed on defense at every position. The tight ends have created so many tough matchups now. If you can't run with a tight end as a linebacker, this is going to be the result every time.
44 on his first punt, and this is a good kick as well. And that hits at the 6 and carries into the end zone for a touchback. The Colts offense and Anthony Richardson ready for this next possession. And we'll take you through some of the highlights here. You'll notice he had a hand in a lot of them so far. He's got this offense rolling right now. The Indy offense at the line and set to go. And that last drive, so effective in the passing game, resulting in the touchdown. Maybe not many people were focused on the trenches. There was good protection there.
Excellent protection. So now defensively, you've almost got to get down to those starters blocks like you're a sprinter. Get lower than those guys on offense and find a way to roar through them or around them to get into the face of the passer.
Easier said than done, though.
Way easier said than done. But they've got to try something because right now they're just cutting them to shreds.
On second down, here's the option.
And he probably should have given that one off as he's going to get hit and taken down behind the line. Chalk that up as a 4-yard loss, and now it's 3rd down.
And not a lot of success to be found there.
Oh, you got that right, partner, because if you're trying to make guys miss about 10 yards or so downfield, that's a pretty good play. But if you've got to do it in your own backfield, I consider that a problem. That doesn't work too well.
And he'll get this to the 23, but that'll be well short of what he needed. Only able to get back a yard for his efforts, and that leads us to 4th down.
And, partner, I would guess that in his headset he was hearing from his coach, it's 3rd down, don't take a sack. And in this case, he's able to avoid the pressure and get out of there. He doesn't get the 1st down, but he does turn a possible loss into positive yardage.
Now here's Rigoberto Sanchez as he's on to punt for Indianapolis. So a change of possession here on the punt.
And they will take over 1st and 10. The Packers offense and running back Josh Jacobs set to take over once more. And you have to imagine this defense saying, how do we stop this guy? He has run roughshod through him to this point in the 3rd quarter.
The Packer offense ready to get their next drive underway.
The last series for him, a little disappointing, forced to punt. And now they'll try to do better here and come away with some points as they begin this drive, 1st and 10.
Yeah, he's going to be out of bounds, but not before he takes it inside the 40. 28 yards the gain there on the catch and run.
They hit that crossing route really well. Excellent timing, puts it right on him, and he keeps running.
Yeah, turned it upfield for good yardage. Now from Colts territory, here's a 1st and 10 at the 38. Love. Short throw. He's got Kraft. Takes this to the 32, maybe the 31, and then the defense rallying quickly after that broken tackle. They'll wind up getting 7 on the play, and it'll be 2nd down. And as they come to the line, they will not be able to get off another play as time has run out on this 3rd quarter. This is the National Football League on EA Sports. Back now in Indianapolis. It's the Packers who have the football, but in need of points as we begin quarter number 4. Love, they go play action now. He finds his man, complete. It's Reed. And they are able to stop him, but he does take it all the way to the 2. That one nearly 30 yards, 29 officially.
And that's a much-needed 1st down right there. Look, they're down by 8. So logic says they don't have to get a touchdown out of this drive. But the way things are going, I don't know if I'd put it in the hands of my defense here. You might not get the ball back at all. So if a 4th down situation comes up, I'm thinking hard about going for it right here and right now.
1st and goal, a touchdown and a 2-point conversion here. And he'll take this one in for a Packer touchdown. Josh Jacobs taking it in from 2 yards out. And the Packers have a chance to tie things up as they trail by 2 here in the 4th. So part 1 of what they needed is done. They get in the end zone. Now you have to imagine we'll see a try for 2.
And that's what the book says, but defensively, they can't hang their head right here. They still got a chance to come out with the lead if they make a play.
All right, now a big 2-point conversion attempt still to come. Love throwing for it. Complete at the 1. And he will get into the end zone for 2. And this game now tied here in the 4th. Still time to work with on the clock, but they wanted the tie now, and they got it.
And I love their aggressiveness. Go ahead and get it done. Get the game tied. Now your team has the momentum, and you're staring across the field saying, let's see if you can match us.
Now this one setting up for a great finish. All tied in the 4th as the kick's away. And he takes this near the 25. Just a little pass there. Call it the 26. The Colts offense and their quarterback ready to go once more. And he has been masterful so far in leading this offense. He's kept the mistakes to a minimum. He's been on point with his passes, and he's generally been one step ahead of this defense all game long. The Colts come to the line ready to start their next drive. They no longer have the lead after that last touchdown, all tied up in the 4th quarter, and a chance for this offense to mount a potential game-winning drive right here. Give him 3 on the keeper there, and it is 2nd down.
Not a big run on the first play of the drive, but that doesn't necessarily mean it was a bad play. Sometimes you're just trying to settle in, get your guys a little bit of contact, and get things moving.
2nd and 7. Now Richardson.
Over the middle, complete. It's Warren. And they get him down, but not before he takes it across the 40-yard line. A 14-yard gain for Indianapolis and also move the sticks.
I like how they work the tight end on a nice little under route there. And if you're going to give him that much space, he's not even going to catch the football. He's going to run away from you a little bit, and that's exactly what he just did there, picking up extra yardage.
Running straight ahead, Taylor.
And not a whole lot of room to operate there on the first down run. He gets maybe 3.
Well, that's just a pile of bodies there, and that's when you kind of find out who's a tough guy, right? Who can stand up and make a play. It was only a 3-yard run, But for both sides, they had to walk away from that feeling like, okay, I can stand up when the going gets tough in here.
Yeah, Richardson back to throw it.
And he can't get rid of it. He's taken down.
Rashawn Gary that time fighting free and getting to the quarterback.
You know, on these types of plays, we're always looking to assess blame. Okay, where did it break down? Sometimes it's just a great play.
The Colts on third down. They've converted 3 times in 8 chances. This is 3rd and 14.
Richardson looking to throw this.
And that will be incomplete.
Quay Walker was the one to bat that throw away.
He came through well with a nice pass breakup there. Fortunate that he was on the spot. He's the only guy left to prevent the first down.
Now here's Rigoberto Sanchez as he'll punt it away for the 4th time today. They call that a punt of 38 yards officially, and out will come the offense as they take over. The Packers offense now, they get ready to head back on the field.
Excellent job by their defense to force the punt and provide them with this opportunity, all tied in the 4th quarter. Love going to break the huddle, lead the Packers up here 1st and 10.
At their own 25-yard line. Here's a play fake as they set up to throw.
Got Dobbs over the middle.
And they'll get it up just short of the 45 at the 44. First play of the drive, a success, 19 yards. Tell you what, he's been able to put the ball in some tight spots all game long. That throw, no different.
Yeah, a lot of people would call it a gutsy type of a throw. I think he looks at it as, I can do it, so it's not that big of a deal to me, and I'm going to keep firing.
Took just one play to move all the way to the 44 as they try again on 1st down. Love now. Oh, he's got a man wide open, complete. And he is brought down, but not before reaching the 30.
And 26 big yards on that one. It's another 1st down.
That's really good play design right there, and it's one that comes down to the offensive line. It's a deep in route, but it's only going to work if that line gives you time in the pocket to wait for the route to develop. Mission accomplished there as they pick up the 1st down.
Now from Colts territory, here's a 1st and 10 at the 30-yard line. Off the play fake, Love. He finds his man, complete. That's Reed. And he's brought down, but not before he reaches the 8-yard line. 2 chunk plays in a row. The last one was over 20 yards, and so is this one.
Boy, how about the speed with which this offense can get down the field? It's taken them no time at all to get down here, and now they're set up with a 1st and goal.
Here's Jacobs on 1st and 10.
87 yards rushing for him now as he has been tremendous all day long.
That's a great run right there on 1st down. Didn't quite get into the end zone, but now you've set yourself up for at least 2, maybe 3 more shots from close range.
2nd and goal from the 1.
Jacobs again.
And a second effort gets him in. Touchdown, Packers. Josh Jacobs with now 2 fourth-quarter touchdowns.
And the Packers have broken this deadlock and have taken the lead here in the 4th.
Ah, what a luxury it is to be able to call on a bowling ball like Josh Jacobs down near the goal line. 5'10", 220 pounds, and he's not afraid to get in there and get the tough yards. He finishes off this drive with a touchdown run.
Now McManus for the extra point. And it's good. That makes it a 28-21 game. The drive summary that time, 5 plays. And it was capped off by a touchdown run from Josh Jacobs. After the touchdown, here's McManus now to kick it away. Oh, a dangerous return man showing it here. And a good return, able to get out across the 35 to the 36. Here comes the Indianapolis offense now as they get set to take over. They now trail by 7 after that last touchdown here in the fourth quarter. What a big spot for this offense. See if they can cobble something together on this drive. Good starting field position for the Colts as they have it 1st and 10 at their 36-yard line. From the shotgun, Richardson. And that went too far in front. He couldn't reel it in. It's incomplete.
I know coaches tell us all the time that having a powerful arm isn't the #1 thing they look for in a quarterback. But when you're trying to throw inside routes and you need to put some heat on it, it helps have the big gun. In this case, just a little bit too much.
Here's 2nd and 10. Up the middle, here's Taylor. And good running there as he'll take this all the way up to midfield. A 14-yard gain for Indianapolis and also move the sticks. They held him in check in the first half, but that's his longest carry of the game right there.
So would this be the definition of fresh legs since he didn't get much done in the first half? Now he has a great opportunity. He's taking full advantage of it.
From the midfield stripe, they'll look to throw.
That one finds Pierce right side.
He'll be taken down at the 48 for a pickup of 2 yards.
From a couple of yards beyond midfield, here's 2nd and 8. Back to throw. Here's Richardson. He'll find a man over the middle. It's Pittman. And Pittman going to have a Colts first down as he'll get this down to the 40.
I think that's a big pickup for a first down because when you run a drag route against zone, you're sometimes asking for trouble because you might run into a defender.
Yeah, well, there they ran into a first down. Executed it to perfection.
All 3 timeouts plus the 2-minute warning. Here's 1st and 10.
Got his man complete over the middle. That's Warren. And he gets this to the 35. Good for a gain of 5. Fourth quarter, down to the final 2 minutes, and we've got a 1-score game. So the Colts in possession of the football as we get you reset. They come up on a 2nd down now in a game that looks like it's going to go down to the wire.
Back to the air with Richardson.
Oh, no, he lost the football.
Oh, and one of the linemen on the other side has got it.
And his guys are going to get the football at the 28-yard line. And they were hoping to get down there, get the score, and get this thing into overtime. How deflating.
Absolutely. I mean, let's face it, heartbreaking. They had an opportunity, had a chance, and probably were feeling pretty good about what was going on, and that was taken away from them by their own mistake.
Yeah, the opportunity squashed.
The Packers offense and their running back getting set for this next possession. And as we roll through some of the highlights, we see how crucial he's been to their success in this one. When he's in this type of a groove and his offensive linemen are creating running lanes for him, he can really put on a show, and he's done so here. And now, as with every potential turnover, they're going to take a second look at this just to make sure. Now the question, was the knee in fact down before this ball comes loose? And is the video convincing enough to overturn it?
A lot of factors here. Remember, you also need clear possession of the football afterwards. This is a tough one to overturn.
So that one overturned. They say the knee was down, and that will not be ruled a fumble. Plenty of time. All 3 timeouts still remain. Here's 1st and 10 now. Now Richardson.
He finds his man, complete. It's Warren. The Colts going to use the first of their timeouts as they'll get it with just over 90 seconds to go in the ball game.
Here's 2nd and a yard. Here's Richardson. And this throw incomplete. Now the defender all over him that time, but it's going to lead to 3rd down.
Now we're in the situation where the quarterback's got to take full charge of his huddle. Got to totally command it, make sure all eyes are on him. All focus is locked in. Going to call multiple plays and go over different situations and scenarios to make sure everyone is on the same page.
Oh, and that's going to sabotage their comeback plans. It is intercepted. Isaiah Simmons picking it off. And the Packers have just about sewn up this football game.
Before we came up to the booth, last thing he said as we were walking off the field, want to play mistake-free football. Well, that just went out the window there with a pick.
And do you remember what you said to me when we were walking up to the booth after he said that? You're like, oh, fatal last words. Every time we hear that, things tend to fall apart a little bit, and that's what we saw there. Didn't get enough on that throw, and it turned into an interception.
We've got to have 2 hands on the football here as they run on 1st down.
Now the Colts going to burn the 2nd of their timeouts as they'll get it with still 1:20 left to go in the game. So they come up on 2nd down. If they can get another run like we just saw, would likely put an end to this thing.
He's going to get it again. Just looking to get forward and protect the ball.
Now the Colts will use their 3rd and final timeout as they'll head to the sideline and talk over what to do next.
Trying to run for it with Jacobs. And he has a Packer 1st down. And that should be the one that finishes the script.
This offensive line starting to win up front. You win that battle in the trenches, you can kind of wear them down here late.
So you bring in the second part to that equation, and that's the big running back, the big bruiser, who can get more than what's blocked and break a few extra tackles and gain yardage.
Down to a knee goes Love, and that should be the final act of this football game.
Partner, they took a knee to finish this one off. To me, that's the only thing they lost in the 4th quarter. How about that comeback?
Yeah, trailed coming into the last frame. Got it done, taking the knee.
That was an excellent come-from-behind victory, Charles, especially there in the 4th quarter. Both offense and defense were clicking. They're going to feel good about this one.
Boy, are they ever, because the deficit they faced certainly wasn't small. They obviously did not give up on that one, and in the end, how about that come-from-behind victory? They'll cherish this one for a while.
So that'll do it for us. For my partner, Charles Davis, and all the hard-working men and women on our crew, I'm Brandon Gaudin. You've been watching the NFL right here on EA Sports. With that, we say so long from Indy.